Whoa!
You are watching Machine Universe, the epicenter of operator error. These are the moments professionals dread and amateurs never see coming. The danger is real.
Whoa! Oh!
That saw was still spinning when it hit the ground. You can tell it barely missed him on the way down. He measured 100 times, and the math still refused to math. We've all been there.
Holy shit. That was a little close.
Just watching this, my palms are sweating. That is a lot of height.
Close call.
Whoa!
We've all had days like this. An undercut probably saves the whole thing here, but hindsight doesn't run a chainsaw. A barber chair while you're climbing is the nightmare scenario. There's literally nowhere to run when the trunk splits under you.
Oh yeah, I'm great. What's up?
I saw a barber chair, but why?
Look at that stump next to the feller. It's genuinely hard to picture how many centuries of growth are sitting right there. Swedish-built Komatsu 901XC running high-flow hydraulics into the C93 head. You can see it wrestle that heavy canopy. Keeping those swing dampeners greased is what keeps it moving. Think about what one load like this builds. Roads, houses, whole towns, and it all starts on a track this narrow.
We're getting a shot. Oh shit.
The real risk analysis always happens after the first close call. Good thing he walked away to actually use what he learned. Right at the edge is where it nearly loses. The tires just spin in that soft mud, hunting for anything to grip. Blink, and you miss the cut. That blade goes through solid oak like it's soft butter, I swear.
There, they're going out.
Honestly, I picture a pilot and a lumberjack, a few beers in, and someone going, "Hey, I've got a crazy idea." Now there's a giant flying hedge trimmer. Sounds like a 12-year-old's dream, and yet, here it is, working. No clear exit anywhere. Once that timber starts moving, there's nowhere to go if it turns on him.
Holy shit! Holy fuck!
Yeah, that's the moment the branch, the ladder, and his balance all stopped agreeing.
Making the initial cuts. Oh shit.
Every tree worker gets a bad day eventually, especially with rot like this. Rotten wood means the hinge fails way sooner than you planned for. And it did.
What else? What do you?
Even on rough ground, lifting the front end isn't the fix. A taff skidder needs balanced traction to pull. He's gambling with the machine's whole lifespan right there.
Vamos usare l'annuncio!
Logging with draft horses is a dying craft, and it deserves real respect. That raw pulling strength is exactly how forestry worked, long before engines showed up. The tree filed a completely different flight plan than the one he'd calculated, didn't he? He skipped the how to cut chapter and went straight to how to survive. Old school power, full display. The tractor shoves that bundle like it weighs nothing. Notice there are no cabin doors. Some say that's for a fast exit if the ice gives way. Rugged answer to a brutal environment. A real backsaver for anyone doing firewood. A hydraulic lift grabs those 30-inch rounds, and a wide 48-inch table handles the sorting. You work all day without lifting a single log by hand. Lucky the saw took that hit and not his leg. Hollow trees are famous for snapping back fast right in the middle of the fall. Look at this guy go. He's really getting after it. The Steel MS-462 is a high-performance saw built for exactly this scale of timber. Smooth cuts, quick work. No wonder people swear by it on big spruce. Takes you back, seeing raw horsepower used like this. Modern trucks are great, but there's a rugged charm to an off-road Mack doing exactly what it was built for. Why this method over a conveyor belt, you think? Precision or just cost? Curious what the operators would say.
אם זה מתרתק עליי, חבל לכם על הזמן. איפה הילדים, בר?
He stuck the landing. Just not the good kind, poor guy. If you sell firewood, this is the beast you want. 20-inch rounds turned into market-ready splits, instantly. Fill a pickup bed in about 10 minutes flat with this thing. Real respect here. Keeping 18 wheels moving on a 10% grade of slick clay takes serious professional skill.
No lo suelta.
They are lucky to be alive, both of them. No other way to put it. Hauling heavy timber just became a stunt show. Driving on the rear wheels only is the fastest way there is to snap an axle. The infamous death curves of El Capricho, nerves of steel required. Even dry, these narrow dust trails forgive nothing. One bad blind corner with that load, and it's over. Pure respect for the driver. That rush when the top piece finally breaks free must be unreal. Swinging around up there with a running saw, that's living on the very edge. Looks like chaos, right? But the small tugs are on it fast, booming the logs in, towing the load aside, pulling the big clusters apart. Quite the operation. This aerial view is genuinely stunning. From above, the Colville Mills scale finally lands. Raw logs flowing straight into finished lumber. One seamless system. World class. For a second, I missed the crane. Thought the tree just decided to fly off.
Das ist der moderne... Fertig.
Pretty sure the house never ordered that crane delivery.
Moving.
Pretty sure the house never ordered that crane delivery.
Yeah, jump in. Woo! Yay! Bucket coming! Hell yeah, Pedro! Oh, fuck yeah. We got everybody?
Brings back memories. No power steering, just muscle. These old six-wheel drives were built tough. The bonnet design sits the center of gravity lower than cab overs, perfect for tight trails. They really don't make them like this anymore. A little gravel or a few logs on that deck, and this never happens. Shortcuts in logging always bill you later, usually in wrecked equipment. A Ponce Bear running the SP661 LF head. Clean, quick, No wasted motion. Operators who run this setup all say the same thing. It just works.
Well, that turned into a disaster.
Trading an office for these misty mountains sounds like a dream.
Do that right.
Then the limbs start falling and the ground turns slick. Every piece of timber out of a place like this is earned.
That end off, buck that end off. New ornament.
You don't see a load like this every day. About 1,900 cubic feet, right at the limit. 500 horsepower of Actros, working overtime. And the hard part hasn't even started. A modern regrowth mill. Automatic scanning plans every cut for maximum value before the blade ever moves. Flooring from the best wood, paper, and biomass from the rest. Nothing leaves unused. Inside a fully modern sawmill, the whole process runs on automated sawing. Flexible, optimized, fast. From forest log to finished product, every piece gets maximized. Watch the flow. If that 60-foot trunk really was hollow, there was only one safe option: down now. Better a planned fall today than a random one in the next storm. That move was not in the operator's manual. New page added today. Once the rollers grab, nothing stops that rotation. The New Holland runs flat out just to keep the chipper fed. You can feel the danger idling off this thing.
See?
Listen to that modified Husqvarna 395. Music to a logger's ears. A 42-inch bar biting deep into an Oregon hazard tree. You can hear the fight in the wood.
There are hello Detroit auto workers.
Count the logs. Now count again. And it's still crawling up that road. Slowly, but up. Extreme work, a brutal way to earn your daily bread. And somebody does it every day. Look closely at the hydraulic hoses, those colored tapes. Some operators say they mark log lengths for measuring by eye. Not good. One tough job. Respect to the men who do it.
You fucking tool.
For a second, that tree was coming straight down on the skid steer. Everyone watching braced for the crunch. It never came. Barely.
Yeah, I would use that word too. Oh yeah. You'll have to get something out to... a little damage to his... I think you're done playing for the day.
Oh my God.
A snapped line carries enough energy to cut a man down. Every rigger knows a story about one. That's why they all flinch at footage like this.
Oh my God.
Another operation, another disaster on the pile. Subscribe to Machine Universe. We'll keep documenting the high-stakes failures and the critical errors behind them.